Good morning, students. Today we are going to recall the first chapter, and that is a very important question that may come for the exam, and it has come in March 2016. This question is there. This is the third question in your supplementary copy. Okay, discuss the current issues in banking sector. March 2016, chapter 1. Okay, now your financial sector reforms and liberalization of prudential regulations have thrown in a lot of opportunity for Indian banks to grow, okay, and diversify their areas of business operations. There is no doubt that deregulation has opened up new vistas for bank to augment revenues, but it is entailed greater competition and consequently greater risky and chain of challenges. Okay, now when the banking sector had started, there was lot of challenges that resulted of the emergence of new banks. Okay, new financial institutions, new opportunities, okay, new instruments that has come in the environment. Moreover, globalization has ushered in reconstruction of. So when banking sector came, there was different things that came into existence. Okay, there was many business activities, there was mergers, amalgamation, and when there was globalization, okay, new technologies and techniques in the areas like fund management, security creation has been introduced. Also, there was innovative products which are tailor made to meet the varied requirements of the customer, that was introduced in the market, okay, to cater the needs of the customers in the better way. So here banks are subjected to cutthroat competition. There is a very great competition between, and in order to survive, Indian banks को क्या करना, need to be very proactive in meeting these emerging challenges. So when you have a competitor, and that too when it is an international competitor, you should be very perfect in your technologies or upgradation. Okay, so when there is competition has resulted in extending the frontier of banking activities, which calls for understanding and upgradation of skills in various areas. Okay, and more importantly in the area of risk management. So although Indian banking industry is one of the best in Asia in terms of efficiency, okay, and industry has to go long to compete with their non-Asian banks. Okay, therefore the following are the areas on which bank needs to focus on their subsequences. So first is one is the capital adequacy norm. Okay, this is the first substances or challenge that bank has to fix. The Indian banking companies were required to ensure full implementation of Basel guidelines, okay, and revised capital norms mandated by the Bank for International Settlement, that is BIS, okay, Bank for International Settlement, by March 31st, 2009, and with Basel IX that came into force in 2009, maintaining adequate capital reserve have become the priority for the bank. Okay, सब बैंक को एक priority बन गया कि उन्होंने एक capital रहना चाहिए. So Basel mandates capital to risk weight asset, that is CRAR, of 8%. Okay, however RBI has stated that Indian banks must have CRAR of minimum 9% with effect from March 31, 2009. Now it is completely different. Okay, these are the figures of older data or old statistics. Okay, further the government of India has stated that public sector banks must have a capital cushion with CRAR of at least 12%. Okay, Basel norm jab aaya, okay, when banks started for international settlement, there was a Basel norm. Okay, Basel norm ke according there should be capital that should be maintained by each and every bank. Okay, so the ratio of Indian banking system compares quite well with the banking system in many other countries. However, although all Indian commercial banks complied with this statutory requirement with CRAR of more than a stipulated requirement. A few banks has to raise capital from the market through public issues to meet this requirement. Second one was product innovation. Now, as per the Indian banking moved gradually towards the universal banking, as they position themselves as a financial service providers, banking business has been redefined. Okay, in the view of intense competition in the business environment, the banking sector emphasized on product innovation and other service innovation. So thus product innovation is utmost importance as competitions in the sector has increased tremendously and product boundaries has blurred. Okay, moreover, the distinctions between various players in the financial segment is also getting blurred and the banks are facing competitions from the foreign banks. So financial institutions, mutual funds, NBFCs, provident fund and pension funds, etc., therefore to stay ahead in the race of the bank will have to leverage technology for innovative products development, including developing sophisticated financial products. Okay, so there should be product innovation. Next is application of information technology in service delivery process. So here information technology that was not there in India, but in the decades of 19 they have witnessed a sea change in the way of banking done in India, and the technology has brought this change in a functioning of the bank. So till 1980s bank had only one delivery channel, which is a branch presence. Okay, branch जो presence है वही, but however technology has opened up options for various delivery channels. So technology has brought products like ATM, point of sale devices, anywhere banking, smart card, internet banking, etc. have given the customers to choose his channel of getting catered to the requirements. Okay, apart from the customers privileges, studies show that profitability of the bank increases when the service are provided through e-channels. Okay, like ATMs, Kando 2010. However, the implementation and functioning of e-channels or ETS in the banking sector has seemed to be relatively smooth in the developed economies, but in developing of transition economies it may not be so. So thus challenges before the Indian banks is how to go for convergence of the all delivery channels as to provide anything anywhere and throughout any mode. Next is risk management. So in emerging market, risk management has become a greater concern with the modernization, okay, of banking sectors and financial markets. So this is due to new risk and that the institutions face with greater exposure to the global banking sector as well as new payment system. So demand efficiency and quicker transactions, lower of the fraud and the transaction errors. Thus risk management has become an important area of focus of bank management. Next is risk-based business segmentation, use of technology. So in the present day situation, business segmentation based on risk would become necessary for sustenance. So there are certain areas of banking business like investment banking, venture capital financing, which carry high risk for such areas. So there was a greater risk management in that particular area. So risk management became an important factor or important area of focus for the bank management. Next was risk-based business segmentation and use of technology. So in present day situation, business segmentation based on risk would become necessary for substances. Okay, so there are certain areas of banking business like investment banking जो है, venture capital financing है, which carry high risk, okay, for such areas. So better techniques and skills and external advice for specialized agencies may not be necessary, and even banks may also have to set up their own R&D to have independent devices. So on the other hand, there are business areas that involves low risk and for decision making in such areas. So program decision making techniques based on computer technology need to be evolved. So thus risk based segmentation would help the bank to strengthen their position in the market. Next is development of knowledge and skill of its human resources. So many for any service organization, that is HRD is the most important need, and the bank has no exceptions. Okay, they should have human resource. So to meet the challenges of fast growing knowledge economy, thus trust need to be human resource development, for which the existing training system of the bank need to be revamped. Okay, this is felt necessary in order to keep the pace with the fast changing banking environment. Okay, जो बैंकिंग एनवायरनमेंट था उसके लिए इट वाज वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. ओके, देन for which existing training system of the bank need to be changed. So this was necessary in order to keep the pace of fast changing banking environment at home and abroad. So it is commonly observed that the public sector banks जो है especially there are certain rigidities. Okay, so in matter of recruitment it has been seen that initial the public sector banks were able to attract and educate manpower but not the specialist. Okay, so thus the focus must shift from general orientation of the staff to specialist orientation, that is requiring those who have ability to imbibe and observe the technology. In the light of this requirement, there is need to be thorough improvement in the existing practices of requirement, training and redevelopment. So therefore, large investment will have to be made both in information technology and human resource development for imparting knowledge and skills, which in turn will reduce the response time and accelerate credit delivery, decision making, as well as expand ancillary business. Next is enhancing corporate governance. So banks are special organization. Okay, so because their managers have fiduciary duty, that is more risk adverse depository as well as more risk prone shareholders, and thus a solution to be principal agent problem aimed at maximizing shareholders value in an unappropriate. Okay, therefore, the good corporate governance of the bank require regulation to balance the interest of the depositors and taxpayers with those of the shareholders. Moreover, banks are important participants in the payment and settlement system, and as such, corporate governance is highly relevant for them. Corporate governance has become more relevant for the banks since they are not accepted and deploy large amount of uncollateralized public funds in fiduciary capacity, but also leverage such funds through credit creation. Next is customer relationship management. Now, customer relationship management, that is CRM, is the latest buzzword, and the banks are using this tool to acquire new customers, to retain the old customers, and to service the existing new customers. So customer loyalty seems to be the thing of the past, and bank as well as other organizations are offering such many incentives to enhance customers loyalty. Okay, this is because customers loyalty reside in positive behavior, which includes the increase in or repurchase intentions, and increase in the repetition of the sales, and also increases the cross sales, a decrease in the price sensitivity, a decrease in the cost, and increase in the positive word of mouth communication. Okay, यहाँ पे communication, that is customer relationship management, is very important. Okay, as much as this is one of the changing areas that bank need to focus. Next is increasing profit and customer orientation. Now, as the in competition environment, banks are required to work on thin margin, and the focus should be on cost minimization. Resource mobilization should be guided by availability of opportunity of funds deployed in the profitable manner. Moreover, as customers are the source of business for banks, the activities and the strategies of the bank should be customer centric. Marketing should receive a major trust, and customized products should be developed to meet the customer's expectation. Need for branch rationalization. Bank, in order to reduce its administrative cost, need to rationalize the branch networking by reconsolidating the number of branches within the local areas into single profit center without affecting customer service. So moreover, at the industry level, strategic alliances and mergers of even healthy bank would have become necessary. Next is need for greater prudences. So future banking has been based on the prudences. Okay, that is, new bloods with new skills are to be inducted to face the coming challenges. So business have to be organized on one more commercial lines with focus on income and profit centered, and and on the information technology. So prudent policies for provision have to be adopted apart from the norms led by the RBI for investment and credits. Next is assess liability management. Now all the commercial banks जो भी है should give utmost importance to the asset liability management from the viewpoint of liquidity as well as interest rate sensitivity. Okay, in fact, an effective asset liability management techniques aims to manage the volume, mix, maturity rate sensitivity, quality and liquidity of the asset and liability as a whole, so as to attain the predetermined acceptable risk reward ratio Kumaral 2005. Thus the purpose of ALM is to enhance the asset quality, quantity, risk associated with the assets and the liability, and further manage them. Asset liability management is deemed necessary because asset liability mismatches exposes the bank or to various types of risk, that is, risk of liquidity and insolvency, risk arising from globalization and deregulation. Next is brand building and management. Now it takes years to build a brand. Okay, brand build करने के लिए बहुत time लगता है. So brand is the name, term and sign and symbol or design or the combination of this intended to identify the goods or services on one seller. So or a group of sellers to differentiate them from those of the competitors. So branch building जो है has become a major issue in the product stage. So therefore marketing and image research studies should be given some attention, as monthly financial figures should be treated and with the same respect and should fit into strategic decision making. So as banks offers a variety of services under the umbrella brand, building a brand and managing it to become a challenge. Bank should focus on the building a powerful brand has a high brand quality. So this is because brand with a high brand quality implies that they have a higher branch locality. Okay, depending on the branch they have a higher branch locality. Next is, so name awareness, presidive quality and strong brand association. Therefore huge investment of resources, both monetary and time, is required to build the brand and its management. Next is transparency. So Reserve Bank of India जो है has made it mandatory for all commercial banks to disclose additional information on maturity pattern of loans and advances, investment securities, deposits and borrowing. So foreign currency assets and liability movements in NPAs and lending to sensitive sectors, is the in the balance sheet. Okay, moreover, our country has also made a considerable progress in the harmonizing domestic according standards and legal system with the international standards. So enhancing financial sector transparency, and by complying with the special data dissemination standards and subjects the financial system to external assessment under the fund bank financial sector assessment program. Thus all vital information which was heretofore not disclosed by the bank earlier is now required to be disclosed. So therefore putting pressure on banks to transparent and more accountable to their stakeholders. So now whatever information is there, it is very crystal clear to all the people who are involved. Next is synergy out of mergers and acquisitions. So it has seen that public sector banks have inherent disadvantages like limited IT infrastructure, excess manpower, huge bricks, mortal branch network. With these disadvantages, they need to compete with the new generations private sector banks as well as foreign banks. As a result of their inherent disadvantages, they suffer from competitive disadvantages, and unless they gear themselves to cope up with their challenges and competition, they may have to lose large of their shares remaining with the clientele. Okay, so therefore banks, especially public sector banks जो है, need to opt for mergers or acquisition with compatible entities to acquire synergy. Okay, so this is because it is necessary that there should be technology adoption, there should be offering innovative cost or customized product at the doorstep of the customers are the need of the hour. Next is financial inclusion. So bank nationalization in India, okay, has marked a paradigm shift in the focus of the banking as government through nationalization intended to shift the focus of the bank from class banking to mass banking. However, there are still many states in India where a large percentage of populations are yet to be brought under the ambit of banking. So therefore, in the light of government policies, one of the challenge before Indian banking is to redesign this business strategies so as to incorporate specific plans to promote financial inclusion on low income group by treating it as a business opportunity as well as corporate social responsibility. In January 2006, banks are permitted to utilize the services of non-governmental organization, that is NGO, microfinancing institutions and other civil societies organizations and intermediaries in providing financial and banking services through the use of business facilitators and business correspondent, that is BC models. The BC models जो है allows banks to do cash in cash out transactions at the location of the BC and allows branchless banking. So at present it may appear that taking banking to a unprivileged and unbanked sections may not be profitable but gradually can emerge as a commercial profitability to the business. So there was many things that came into existence after there was a banking sector, the current banking sector, okay, before after the reform in the banking sector, that is capital adequacy norm, application of information technology in service delivery process, risk management, risk-based business segment and use of technology, development of knowledge and skills of human resources, enhancing corporate governance, customer relationship management, increased profit and customer orientation, then need for branch rationalization, need for greater prudences, asset liability management, branch building and management, transparency, synergy out of mergers and acquisition, financial incursion. So with this, there is one more point that is remaining that to need to be discussed, that we will discuss in another class.